Sri Lanka has voted again. Just months after the presidential elections saw Anura Kumara Dissanayake emerge as the winner. Today, the country voted to elect its parliament. People trickled into temples, schools, and other public buildings being used as polling stations soon after polls opened. When the Sri Lankan parliament was supposed to expire in August 2025, why did Dissanayake dissolve the parliament and seek an election so soon? Dissanayake dissolved parliament on September 24 to clear the way for the general election days after the Marxist-leaning leader was elected president on a platform for change. The snap election became necessary as Dissanayake had just three lawmakers in the outgoing parliament and needed a fresh mandate to push his policies. Voters directly elect 196 members to the 225-member parliament from 22 constituencies under a proportional representation system. The remaining 29 seats will be allocated according to the island-wide proportional vote obtained by each party. A voter can cast up to 3 preferential votes for candidates contesting from their party of choice.
අපි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා මෙයා කියන දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ ලොකුම දේ තමයි මම දකින්න ඇවිල්ලා මම මුස්ලිම් මිනිහෙක් මේ රටේ ඇවිල්ලා සෑහෙන ජාතිවාදයක් ඇවිල්ලා පටන් ගන්න තිබ්බා. ඒ ඔක්කොම නැති වෙලා අපි එක ජාතියක් හැටියට සිංහල දෙමළ මුස්ලිම් බර්ගර් කියන හැමෝම ඇවිල්ලා එක්කව වෙලා හොඳ රටක් දෙසා බලාගෙන ගමනක් කරනවා.
The main challenger to Dissanayake's coalition is opposition leader Sajid Premadasa, who favors a mix of interventionist and free market economic policies. Also a key contender is the New Democratic Front backed by previous President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Sri Lanka was crushed by a 2022 economic crisis triggered by a severe shortage of foreign currency that caused its economy to shrink by 7.3% in 2022 and 2.3% last year. Boosted by a $2.9 billion bailout program from the International Monetary Fund, the economy has begun a tentative recovery, but the high cost of living is still a critical issue for many voters, especially the poor. Dissanayake also aims to tweak targets set by the IMF to rein in income tax and free up funds to invest in welfare for the millions hit hardest by the crisis. But investors worry his desire to revisit the terms of the IMF bailout could delay further disbursements, making it harder for Sri Lanka to hit a key primary surplus target of 2.3% of GDP in 2025 set by the IMF. The elections are pivotal for the country's future, which has been dealing with back-to-back economic and political crisis and is in dire need of some semblance of stability. The biggest question is, will Anura Kumara Dissanayake be able to hold the guard and continue to lead the country? Will his decision to hold the snap elections play out in his favor? The current election in Sri Lanka sees a large number of young candidates contesting the election for the first time. Reform in traditional political structures is seen as a major political point. About 58 sitting MPs have already withdrawn from the contest and several other sitting MPs are expected to not return to power, which would mean plenty of new faces entering the country's political fray. Analysts say Dissanayake's coalition is expected to draw significant support, while a victory for a rival could lead to a policy logjam the country cannot afford.